Hi everybody. Thought maybe I'd show you my face, since you might think, all you new people might think I'm not a real person. And I am. No computer generated or anything, just little old me living in Alberta, Canada, out in the country. So I kind of wanted to let you guys know what's going on in my area. Because I hear, some of the, I'm not really watching news or even a lot of the stuff on YouTube. I'm kind of staying clear. I'm doing my own projects. I'm just not keeping up with what's going on. And every now and then, I'll watch a Richie from Boston or something like that. Or, because it's just, I'm busy. It's springtime. It's garden time. And yard, it was like the normal stuff that we normally do at this time. And I have an acreage, so... And I'm doing research on lost civilizations of recent, which I really want to get into some of my thoughts. I'll have to leave that for another time. But right now, I wanted to talk about what's going on here in my little area. When it first started, everybody was sort of in panic, and I remember me and my husband just to go out to the store, we drove around. We were afraid that we would have police there at every corner, and they would stop us and they would haul us off into some detention center. There was, even though I was trying not to be fearful, there was a lot of that. I think a lot of us were feeling that way, and I don't even know how many weeks we are into this insanity. Delusion, this major delusion that's going on, saying that we're all going to have this virus that is... And if you've done anything like I have, you started looking at viruses and started looking at the research, and I started, I looked at what China put out about the virus and how they had said they made a mistake. And how all of these different agencies and countries are saying, no, wait a minute. Like Italy is saying, no, you guys are lying about the statistics. You're lying. I mean, like, the officials have been saying this all over. So anyways, besides that, we're still hearing the push and the push and the push on the news. People are still crazy. But in my area, we have people out, the workmen on the roads and stuff, construction workers and stuff like that. Like, we went into our little town to go get groceries yesterday, and they're all huddled together having their smoke and their coffee and laughing, and everybody is just, stopping in the parking lots of all the different stores and chatting it up and having a great time. They've got the glass, the plastic, and people are leaning over so they can actually talk to you. Like, it's stupid. There's only a few stores, like the major stores, they try to make sure you go down the aisle and make sure you follow the arrows. I went into the dollar store, the great Canadian dollar store yesterday, and I'm sorry, I just don't follow that crap. If I need to go down that, I'm not going to go and walk around and I'm going to just go and grab it, and that's it. And so I go down, and I'm walking down the wrong way on a one-way, and an old couple, and they weren't that old. They're probably my age, or maybe even younger, in their 50s. Goodness, a bunch of foolish people. Said to me, "You're going the wrong way." And I go, I don't follow that stuff. He goes, "But we do." And I just, okay, then I guess you should make sure that you follow the arrows. But it really is a choice. It really is a choice. These are ordinance, and they're only going to be able to do this if we follow Simon Says. If we just do what they say, and everything will be fine, and we will go into communism, and they will reduce our population, and we'll be all quietly done, and we won't really even notice. So I don't follow because I don't agree. And I think I've said that many, many times. I greet people with a smile and with love and kindness, and I ask them questions, and I look at them in the face, and I'd make sure that at this time that I purposely talk to people more on purpose than I ever have before. I've always been a person that talks to you in the line. Like, that's me. That's me, right? If I'm in a lineup with you and we have to wait a while, I'm going to talk to you. And so I still do. But what this has given me the opportunity to do, because truly it's been an opportunity, is to talk louder and tell the truth and tell people what's really going on. Like, I just start laying facts out to the next person in the long line that we're in, and I talk loud. And everybody's heads start looking at me. I don't know. It's just suggestions, what I do. I don't know if you're willing, or I'm a loud, boisterous person. I've always been that person that everybody said, shh, be quiet, everybody will hear you. And it's like, this is the best thing for me now, because I want everybody to hear me. My husband says to me afterwards, oh, can you please not do that? And I go like, well, you know, they're not listening. They're not going to hear this information anywhere else. You know, because if they're just listening to the mainstreams, and their ears pick up and they listen, they really listen. And I start just like throwing out facts about viruses, or about what the government's doing, or what's happening, or what this politician said from, you know, this country, and what the CDC is. I just like all the facts that I've been learning and collecting, and I've been putting on these videos for you guys. I am just becoming a big video. So when I get out, it's education time to anybody who is around me. And even when I was putting in my cart in the cart area yesterday after groceries, there's a woman there, and they all like to have their heads down, and you know, people want to be like that. And I looked at her, and we were a distance away, and I said, you know, the good thing about this social distancing and what I'm going to do? And she looks up, she goes, what? I says, I am going to say hi to people, no matter who they are. So, hello, I'm Karen. And a big smile came on her face. It's just like, I was like probably the only person that talked to her and said hello to her and acknowledged her. And all of a sudden, she had joy in her. So, I guess that's what I'm doing to teach and to help people learn is I'm doing it with a smile and with love and kindness, and not sarcasm and not ignorance, but just showing that, you know, I've researched this stuff and I've looked into it. And one of the points I say to people is, I didn't start finding out about health once this virus. It's not like I'm just listening to the news. I've been researching this for a long time. So that way I can see through the deceptions. I can see through the lies. And I can give a little information. And you never know, that may be the only thing that's going to wake people up, is that when we are walking and when we're talking, when we're in those lines, use them. I am going to anyways, whether you want to or not. It's up to you. I am not a shy person when it comes like that. I'm not a social person, which is bizarre. I don't like to go and hang around with people and just shoot the breeze all day long. I'm not like that. I would rather be at home reading a book. It's just who I am, or doing research on something. But when I am out, I love people. I love people. And I see them, they're sad. And they're scared. And I just don't want them to stay like that after I've met them. So I've made it personal to give them hope, to give them a smile, and give them information. So if we're ever going to win this war, it's going to be done like that, I think. I think it's going to be done where we talk to each other and we don't when we're in person. So I know people give out pamphlets, and I've personally not done that because I used to do that with Jehovah's Witnesses, and that just people don't necessarily read it. Talk and giving a little bit of truth here and there is, and I find that most people they sort of thought the way I did, but they never couldn't put it quite in that way. And now that I've given them something new to look at and something new to think about, maybe they might investigate a little bit more, and they might not. When their son or their daughter or their niece sends them something, they might listen. Sometimes it's just that loud, obnoxious person in the lineup that can get through to people. That's what I'm doing anyways. And I'm going to the garden center over here because my potatoes are not coming up. They're seeds that I had from last year's potatoes, and besides a few that have come up, not much has come up, even though they were sprouting. I've heard that they've done something, they sprayed something to make them not do that, so I guess I'm going to buy some fresh seeds and start all over again, and hopefully it's not too late. Potatoes, it's okay because you can have them small too, so it's never too late for potatoes. But I'll probably talk. I let God have my tongue, is what I do. I don't plan what to say. I just see, and I let the Spirit overtake me as to what needs to be said, and be quiet when I need to be quiet, and kind always, and a smile. Because people are already in enough. They need to feel some happiness, and maybe that's the only smile or joy that they're going to get in the day, is because you took a personal interest in them and said, "Hi, how are you doing? Like, is this really getting you down? Is there, your spirit's like, just talk to people. Talk to them." But besides that, there isn't a whole lot going on in my area. I heard they started arresting people downtown Edmonton they started stopping cars, and if you're not from the same address, they're giving people fines. I told my husband, if this happens to us, I'm just going to go into a little old lady mood with them, with the police, and I'm just going to talk to them one-on-one. I'm going to talk to them as a person, not as an officer, and not as a citizen, but as a human being to a human being, and being kind to them, because you know what? Those police officers are probably scared too, and they need somebody to be kind to them. So they will just learn a lot if they stop me. I don't know. That's what I'm doing with it. I don't know. What do you guys do to try to beat this? Give me some ideas, because this is what I'm doing. It may not work for you. I'm loud, and that's, I'm a loud person, and I don't know how to hold back. I can never be quiet when I see evil. I've never been able to do that. I've tried so hard to not talk, but God has not given me that gift to be quiet. He has given me this gift, and I can bury it and give him back, or I can make it tenfold, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to make it tenfold, because it's the gift he gave me. Tell me what your gifts are. I love you guys. Stay in love and light. Light is enlightenment. Educate yourself. The truth will set you free. And my people will die for lack of knowledge. These sayings were for this time.